Hello everyone, my name is Rapunzel. I am so excited to spend some extra special time with you all today. I would like to thank the Warren Newport Public Library and the Friends of the Library for inviting me to read some of my favorite stories and share my favorite song with you all today. Now, I am so excited because I love sharing my stories and my song with new people. For a very long time, I was stuck in a really tall tower, so I didn't get to see many people. But now I get to explore my kingdom of Corona with Eugene and Cassandra and all of my new friends. I also love spending lots of time with my mother and father now too. But I don't want to tell you what's in the stories quite yet. But while I read them, I'm going to ask you some very special questions. If you remember any of the questions to my story, make sure to shout them out as loud as you can, and maybe I can hear you all the way back here in my kingdom. If not, that's okay too. I'll make sure to share the answer with everybody. I had long hair and lived in a tall tower. My hair was as long as the tower was tall. When Mother Gothel came home every day, she called to me. Do you remember what she said? She said, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And I pulled Mother Gothel up into the tower. My hair was magical, and it kept Mother Gothel young and beautiful. I did not know that Mother Gothel had stolen me from my real parents, the king and queen. Mother Gothel wanted my magical hair all to herself. Mother Gothel never let me leave the tower. She told me that bad people wanted to take my magical hair. I had one friend, a chameleon. Does anybody know what his name is? Pascal, that's right. Once a year on my birthday, I saw sparkling lights floating in the sky. I wished I could leave the tower and see the lights up close. They seemed like they were meant for me. One day, just before my 18th birthday, a thief named Flynn Rider was running through the forest. He had stolen the lost princess's crown. While trying to get away from Maximus, a determined horse from the royal guard, Flynn found my hidden tower. He climbed up the tower to hide. I had never seen another person besides Mother Gothel. I thought Flynn wanted my hair, but he didn't. I showed Flynn a painting that I had made of the lights and asked him to take me to see them. And Flynn agreed. But he only agreed because I hid something very special to him. Do you know what I hid from him? The lost princess's crown. And I told him that if he took me to see the floating lights, I would give it back. On the way, Flynn and I stopped in a pub. It was filled with scary-looking men. But they didn't want to steal my hair either. They were friendly. Maximus and some royal guards found Flynn. One of the scary-looking men helped Flynn and I escape. We ran until we got trapped in a water-filled cave. Do you remember what helped us find our way out? It's right there. My magical hair, that's right. I sang so that it would glow and we would find a way out. But Maximus found Flynn again. The horse wanted to take Flynn to jail. I told Maximus that it was my birthday. I asked him to let Flynn take me to see the sparkling lights. Maximus agreed. My wish was about to come true. Flynn and I had a wonderful day. A little boy gave me a small kingdom flag. The kingdom was celebrating the birthday of the lost princess. The lost princess had the same birthday as me. I saw a picture of the king and queen holding their baby princess. The queen and the princess had green eyes just like me. Suddenly, I was swept up in a dance. It was the most fun I had ever had. So far. That night, the people of the kingdom lit lanterns. At last, my wish came true. Overjoyed, I saw the sparkling lights fill the sky. I loved the world outside the tower. I loved Flynn, and he loved me too. Isn't that beautiful? On shore, Flynn left me and didn't return. I was heartbroken. I did not know that Flynn had been tricked. Do you know who tricked him? Mother Gothel. He had been captured and put in jail. Mother Gothel found me and took me back to the tower. Back in my room, I realized that I had been painting the kingdom's emblem, the golden sun, on my wall my entire life. Does anybody remember why? I remembered the picture of the lost princess and the queen. Now I knew why we all looked alike. Mother Gothel was the only one who wanted to steal my magical hair. She had lied to me about everything. Mother, I am the lost princess, I said. And do you remember what Mother Gothel did? Meanwhile, Flynn had escaped and arrived at the tower to rescue me. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair, he said. But Mother Gothel would not let me go. Mother Gothel hurt Flynn so badly that he could never, ever take me from her. Flynn still thought of a way to save me. He cut my hair. Without my magical hair, Mother Gothel withered away. I was finally free of the evil woman. But without my long hair, I had no more magic left to save Flynn. He closed his eyes for the last time. I cried, and a single golden tear fell onto Flynn's cheek. It contained the last bit of magic left inside me. Flynn's eyes opened, and he was all right. I went to my real parents, the king and queen. After 18 years of waiting, they took one look at me and knew that I was their daughter. I had come home at last. That's my favorite part of the story. I loved my new life. I loved the world outside the tower, and I loved my new friends. At last, I knew I was where I belonged, and we all lived happily ever after. I hope you guys liked that story. What do you think your favorite part was? Of course, my favorite part was when I got to go run to my mother and father. I did like to see the floating lights too. Did you remember that story very well? I hope you did. If not, I'm sure it was a wonderful way to hear it for the first time. Now I have another story I would like to share with you today, but this one is probably new for most of you, which I think is very exciting, because then you'll hear an all-new adventure that I get to go on. Ever since I was able to leave the tower, I have been able to do lots of fun things, especially because in the tower, I didn't get to do much. But now I get to explore with all of my friends, like I mentioned. So this story is about some of my new friends as well. It is called The Beauty of Mistakes. Every morning, I leaped out of bed with a huge smile on my face. Castle life is still very new to me, but I couldn't wait for the adventures each day would bring. I love starting my days having breakfast with my parents, King Frederick and Queen Ariana. I was fascinated by their lives and their royal duties. So there we all are having breakfast. One day, I told Pascal with pride, "My parents do so much. I think I should do something to help." "But what?" "I saw a broom in the corner." "I know," I said. "I can help by doing chores around the castle, like I did in the tower." "Princess," gasped the housemaid, "please stop. I'll do that." So I tried to do laundry instead. But each time I tried to help, I was told, "Princess, I'll do that." I didn't understand what I was doing wrong. In the tower, I had taken care of everything. But the things I had done well in the tower seemed like mistakes in the castle. It was a very different life. I sought out the governess for advice. "I don't think I know how to be a princess," I said. "What does a princess even do?" "A princess makes her parents and kingdom proud," the governess replied, "and she shows that she cares about her people." She patted me on the arm and added, "It's brave to keep trying. I'm off to run some errands, but I'll be back soon. We can talk more then." After the governess left, I told Pascal, "Painting is my passion." Maybe I can make my parents proud by painting them a mural of my favorite things about Corona. Well, my favorite things so far. I found an empty wall, gathered my supplies, and began to paint. "Pardon me, Princess, but you must stop," the governess said when she returned. "This wall is to be covered with a map of Corona." So I guess I messed up again. "I'm so sorry," I said. "I wanted to surprise my parents with a mural, but I messed up this time too." There, the governess comforted me. "It takes time to learn about all the responsibilities of being a princess. The important thing is that you keep trying." The governess looked at the painted scene on the wall and said, "This really is quite lovely. I could never paint half as well as you do." "Oh, I think you could learn to paint," I said. "I wasn't always good at it. If you'd like to learn how to paint, I can teach you. In fact, I'm happy to teach everyone who wants to learn. We can start by inviting the children to the castle for a day of art." "That's an excellent way to show you care," said the governess. Have you guys ever taken art lessons before? I had to teach myself in the tower, but now it's one of my favorite things to do. On the day of the art lesson, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. Myself, Eugene, and the castle staff set up easels with large sheets of paper all over the courtyard. "What shall we paint, Princess Rapunzel?" asked one girl. "Whatever you see or imagine," I said. Then I tapped my heart and added, "Or whatever you feel." Do you guys have anything special that you like to paint? I like to paint flowers and Pascal and all my friends. I strolled through the courtyard, stopping at each easel and encouraging each young artist. "It was supposed to be a bird," sighed one boy, "but I made a lot of mistakes. I'm just not a good painter." I said, "I know what it's like to feel discouraged. You're trying something new, so it might feel frustrating, but trust yourself and keep trying." I pointed to the colorful painting and smiled. "Personally, I think you've created a very special, one-of-a-kind bird." The boy beamed and said, "Thank you, Princess Rapunzel." He dipped his paintbrush in some blue paint and he kept on working. Seemingly out of nowhere, dark clouds filled the sky. Eugene said, Rapunzel, I don't want to rain on your parade, but it looks like..." The rumble of thunder cut off Eugene's words. Suddenly it began to pour. Everyone was getting soaked, and so were all of the paintings. I guess we should have done it inside. The castle staff helped the children dry off, while myself and Eugene hung the paintings near the fireplace to dry. My day of art felt like one more huge mistake. I wondered, what would a princess do? Just then, I noticed the light from the fireplace glowing through the paintings. "Eugene," I said, "what does this remind you of?" "The lanterns," he said, smiling at me. "The rain may have cut our painting lesson short, but we can still have our day of art right here," I said. The children gathered around as I explained my plan. "We're going to take these dried paintings and make them into lanterns. Very special, one-of-a-kind lanterns." Soon everyone was having fun, turning their paintings into small, colorful lanterns. Later, Queen Ariana and King Frederick entered the room. "Mom, Dad, I've had the most amazing day," I said. "Things didn't go as planned, but maybe what I've been thinking of as mistakes aren't mistakes. They're just me being me, learning and trying as I go along. And they're all steps to something beautiful, just like the lanterns we made today." "You're learning and trying in your unique way," said my mom. "And that's what makes you very special, one-of-a-kind princess." That's the ending of my second story. Did you guys like that one? I have many adventures that I love to go on with all my friends in the castle. Like I said, of course Eugene is there with us. But I also have a new friend, and her name is Cassandra. She helps all of the royal guards make sure nobody's getting into trouble. And of course, so is my horse, Maximus. You guys know him, don't you? My chameleon Pascal is also in the castle with me. We love to play hide and seek, and it's especially fun to play it in the castle because there are so many rooms to hide in. Although sometimes he does like to explore the kingdom outside of the kingdom's walls, and we get to go through the forest and see what else is out there. Since I was stuck in my tower for so long, I love going on so many adventures and figuring out the world outside. The song that I would like to share with you today are some of the activities I learned inside the castle. Inside the tower. I like to do them in the castle too. I heard that all of us are trying to stay inside to make sure we stay nice and safe, right? Well, I thought maybe if I sang my song for you, you could come up with different activities to do while you're inside. I know the holiday season is over now, so you should be going back to school. Or you can be staying inside and doing all these fun activities too. I love going to school and learning new things, but I love learning from home too. Just how I learned all of these new things that I'm going to sing about. I would like for everybody to stand up if you can, so that we can dance along to the song, or you could sing along if you remember any of the words. But if not, that's okay too. We can always just pretend. We can also pretend like we're doing all the activities that I like to do in my tower too. So try to act them out with me. Are you ready? "7 a.m. the usual morning lineup. Starting the chores and sweep till the floor's all clean. Polish and wax, do laundry, mop and shine up. Sweep again, and by then it's like 7:15, and so I'll read a book, or maybe 2 or 3. I'll add a few new paintings to my gallery. I'll play guitar and knit and cook, and basically just wonder, when will my life begin?" Then after lunch it's puzzles and darts and baking. Paper mache, a bit of ballet and chess. Pottery and ventriloquy, candle making. Then I'll stretch, maybe sketch, take a climb, sew a dress, and I'll reread the books. If I have time to spare, I'll paint the walls some more. I'm sure there's room somewhere. And then I'll brush and brush and brush and brush my hair, stuck in the same place I've always been. And I'll keep wondering and wondering and wondering and wondering, when will my life begin? Tomorrow night, the lights will appear, just like they do on my birthday each year. What is it like out there where they glow? Now that I'm older, Mother might just let me go. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for sharing that song with me today. Oh, I had the best day ever. And I hope you guys did too. So what do you think was your favorite part? Was it reading the first story, reading the second story, or singing my song with me? I don't know if I could choose. I love them all so much. You know, here in the castle, we even have a library with lots of different stories of past kings and queens and princes and princesses. And I always love reading all of their stories, just like I love reading the stories of my other princess friends. They all wanted me to say hello from them too. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and thank you again, Warren Newport Public Library and the Friends of the Library, for bringing us all together today. I hope to see you all very soon, and I hope you have a wonderful new year. Goodbye, everyone.